I've been looking on like this thing called Upwork. And I was like, bro,
bro, story of my life the last 90 days.
You have no idea. You have no idea.
No one is like randomly calling people, hey, I'm from this company. Like you've never heard of us. Yeah, no one's doing that.
Okay, I actually thought that's what it was.
That's more rare in the online space.
Yeah.
I was put through such awkward situations. I'm just the guy in the red polo shirt walking with a binder. Everyone's like getting ready for dinner and like kids are coming in and everyone's just like staring at you. And I have to just like walk up like around their dogs. The dog's barking at me. Oh, fuck. People say, what the fuck are you doing here? Get the fuck off my lawn.
Mic rolling. Mic on?
Yeah, my mic's rolling.
Oh, do you want...
Your backup rolling?
Is that you as well?
That's the mic for the pocket, for the Osmo.
Oh, what the hell? I didn't know it came with a mic. That's so cool.
Comes with a mic, yeah.
What the hell? That's so cool. I was like,
yeah, that's the whole thing.
You got a new cover for your mic.
Nah,
that's
yeah.
fucking cool.
That's the DJI Mic 2. And
so cool.
When you get the creator bundle, whatever, it comes with the tripod. It comes with the extra battery pack thing.
Right.
On the bottom, battery pack stick.
Gotcha, yeah.
And it comes with the DJI Mic 2, one of them.
That looks
carrying
sick.
Case and wide angle lens attachment. Your last day. So reflecting on 60 days of trying to get hired as a remote closer.
This is a reflection. Yeah.
We set an ambitious goal.
It was very ambitious. It is, I still stand by it. It's still possible, but it's definitely not something for the faint-hearted. And if you are all out and you know you're willing to, especially if you're going to be willing to take cold, if you're willing to take a bit of a warm cold inbound
that's
lead,
the difference, because you were going for I'm just gonna get a closer job in 60 days.
I didn't want anything cold.
And you didn't have any sales experience.
No, not really.
What we learned from that is it's not gonna be easy.
No.
If you don't have any proper sales experience, you're gonna have to finesse it quite a bit to get hired as a high ticket closer with zero closing experience, even if you're an English speaking 29-year-old.
Yeah.
But hey, that's what we learned.
I think getting used to like Upwork is quite a useful like tool as well. Being able to like actually find adequate roles and screen roles and jobs effectively, quite useful. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. The thing is, like, honestly, I feel like there is an essence of luck. There is a numbers game without a doubt, but sometimes you might just hit it quite early. You might hit the whole thing super early. You might be able to apply to a few and quite quickly get like one of them be a very good ideal response, because there are people, I think we spoke about this before, my biggest issue, the thing that I struggle with like probably the most is ghosting of people, like people ghosting on you. Like they'll go through it's super frustrating, but the thing is, all you need is one. Let's say you happen to start signing up at a different time, and within the first week you could quite easily have somebody who is super serious, who does want, you know, yeah, I do like this, I need this, I do want someone to come on board. Problem is, I do feel like a lot of people, they seem serious but aren't, and I don't know what to do about that. There's not a lot I can really change, because like they'd be like, cool, yep, let's jump on a call, and literally we set up calls, which I'm waiting in the waiting room, and then nothing. I'm like, what the hell? Like, why would you like time something with me? Why would you set something up with me? What would be the point? But and then there was like, oh, I'm really sorry, technical issues. No worries. Should we reset up? Yeah. Nothing. It's like, well, what's the point? Like, what's the actual?
Okay, so I'm writing. But most frustrating thing / challenge is potential clients ghosting. Yeah. Hey, that's a lesson. And as we did another video on this, yeah, that's really something that you guys are going to need to get used to real quick as freelancer and just doing an online career. Well, really in the job search process, like even as a freelancer or even getting a remote corporate job or even dealing with anything online, people flake, especially like in their shoes. They have, let's say they have 10 applicants, maybe even more. So people don't like to say no to our face. That's like when if you've ever been on a job interview or if you ever had a sales call and someone's like, okay, this all sounds good. Yeah, I'll get back to you. That means no. They don't want to say, hey, okay, thanks for the call. I think we're not going to do it. I think we're not going to hire you. But thanks for your time. 90% of people don't say that.
Yeah.
90% of people are like, oh, well, yeah, we'll get back to you. And 90% of people, like, they don't care about you.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's a thing that you got to get used to as a freelancer. But it's interesting that you mentioned that a lot.
Yeah, that's where, like, by far the most. Like, I don't mind people not replying or responding to proposals. That's absolutely fine, no problem. I think like I said, the most frustrating thing is, like, don't go further down the line. It's almost pointless, really. Especially, like, not having that, like, look, yeah, this isn't going to work out. Or even just putting one line in your proposal saying, if we don't respond by this date, it's likely you didn't get through, or whatever. Cool. Then you're already aware. You know, there's no.
Oh, like that. You mean like you wish they would have just told you sooner if you're not hired? Yeah,
like anything along those lines. Just any form of realistic. Okay, cool, no problem. Just I think the whole pointless process of going through, like I said, I think the longest one, or the most ridiculous one, is like, why are you setting up a meeting with me? What's the point? Like, why have you gone this far to set up a meeting, like a video call, for what reason? I mean, it's cool, it's whatever. Like, it's just like it definitely leaves like a really bad aftertaste, and like, to me, I feel like it can be quite easily solved by Upwork if the clients had to provide some form of, you know, like credit payment, whatever it is. So they have to be like, cool, well, if we're going to reply and respond to a proposal, we have to spend in order to do that. We have to lose, what are they called? Credits?
Yeah, connects,
that's the one. We have to spend connects. I feel like that's such an easy solution, because then, in order for them to like want to respond to a proposal, they have to spend connects. In order for me to respond to a proposal or to an offer, I have to spend connects. That way, you're wasting less people's time, because realistically, like, I don't know. I think that's such a simple solution. Like, you know, it's such an easy way to. Let's start a new Upwork. Let's call it Downwork, and then do exactly that, and just do everything Upwork's doing, but better.
Yeah, so there's a theme here. So when you're going to be a freelancer, bros, potential clients are going to waste your time a lot. And so, you know, yeah, that's part of it. People are not going to reply to you. You know, especially if you're going into sales, prospects or potential customers are not going to reply to you, even though they double confirmed. You know, this is sales. This is doing business. I don't care if you have a corporate sales job. I don't care if you have door to door. People are going to forget. People get busy. People don't care about you. People are living their own lives. So anyways, that's interesting. So people wasting time, most frustrating thing. Okay, cool. What are some skills that you learned?
I think, like I was saying, like, I think being able to use Upwork is super important. I think that's such an important thing to be able to do, especially as a freelancer, especially like, because now I've been introduced into it, and I've used Upwork before very, very briefly. Now I'm like, cool, well, I will 100%, that's not even like an overtime, like it just makes sense. And it's so funny, my older brother rang me yesterday, and he's just saying, like, he just left his corporate job, and he's like, I mean, he's looking for another corporate job, realistically. But he's like, in the meantime, he's like, he said to me, I've been looking on like this thing called Upwork. And I was like, bro,
story of my life the last 90 days.
You have no idea. You have no idea. Yeah, like, but I was just like, yeah, just explaining. I was just saying, like, bro, also, yeah, make sure you put a video, because it works. Videos work. These things work. Like, you know, it's really important. Like, people will see that and then be like, yeah, cool. Like, this guy by itself is quite appealing. And it's not even, the thing is, I don't think it necessarily matters as much if you're not in like a sales face job, but like, still, it's useful. You get
it's useful for everything.
Yeah, that's video. Of all things, he's just like, have you heard of this thing called Upwork?
That's crazy. Yeah.
Oh, come on, man. Like, yeah, I've heard of this thing called Upwork. I hate it.
Upwork's, they just refreshed their whole kind of menu system yesterday. They got a long way to go, a lot of things to improve. But anyways, what are some other skills you learned?
Like for sure, communication. In terms of like, I wouldn't say I had bad communication. Being able to liaise with a lot of people, like even one particular time, being able to like work through and manage like the amount of offers that you put through, and being able to manage like the amount of inflow, who's a yes, who's a no, what's next, what's coming up next. Scheduling your time has been a big thing, like pre-planning, booking out time of your day, working out what times to be. Like obviously a lot of times people operate in US times, Canadian times, Australian times, so you know, scheduling my day around that was also a big thing, which I think for a freelancer, super important. Like you don't know who you're going to be working with, so being able to schedule your time effectively is going to be super important. Yeah, I mean, like,
what other skills?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. Like, I learned a lot of stuff, I guess. I mean, I couldn't say like anything in. I think those are probably like the key elements.
Nice, cool. Anything you would do differently if you were to tell a friend they were going to start the course or start doing what you did?
I would just say, just go all out. It's hard because I feel like I think I did a lot of things I set out to do. And I feel like I was consistent in what, well, not even I feel like I know it was, I recorded the process. But I think, you know, in terms of if you're going to play a numbers game, you just got to keep at it. If you're brand new to sales, I think allow yourself to have a little bit of a lower expectation from the get-go, because you haven't really got the experience to leverage. Like saying that you're going to do this and this. You absolutely can, but prove yourself first with something smaller. Prove yourself something small. Like I came in with like really high ambition, which is again not a problem.
Yeah, we wanted to see if it could be done.
It was a challenge. We say it, and I like I said, if let's say for example in the first week I managed to get that role, which was my hurdle from the get-go, and that was just a constant hurdle. That was like the hurdle that I struggled to get over for a very, very, very long time. But if you did that, then post that point, I can't imagine how difficult it would be to do those numbers. Like I can't imagine it'd be a difficult thing to do if you find a good offer. Obviously, I would definitely stay open-minded. Also, I do think it is worth looking on places like Instagram, LinkedIn. I didn't massively look on LinkedIn. I did see a few things, but Upwork's much better, I would say, than LinkedIn. It's way easier to kind of see the role, find the job, understand it. Whereas LinkedIn, I feel like comes with a lot of added complexity and layers. And you will have people message you on LinkedIn as well. And they tend to be recruiters. And you know that might be great for you, but I think a lot of recruiters are looking for like full-time people rather than freelancers. Whereas you know Upwork's clearly designed more for freelancers. Yeah, generally I think just if you're gonna do it. Just go guns blazing, go all in. Have come in with slightly lower expectations. If you're brand new, if you're more experienced, then cool, no problem. I think they're gonna find it much easier because there's a lot of offers and that are on Upwork that are asking to see your experience, you know. And I did apply to some of them, you know, just thinking, hey, you know what's the worst that can happen? Obviously the worst that can happen, they won't say anything. But if you do have the experience, like, yeah, I have sold 10k, 100k, 150k, 200k worth, you know, in terms of sales, then you're likely to get a better response. Like, not likely, you're almost guaranteed you're going to get a better response. So if you have more experience, you know, you're obviously going to have more leverage. So if you are new, come with slightly low expectations, build that profile.
Yeah, if you're new, you have to start as an appointment setter. You have to start as a warm caller. That's how sales works, guys.
Yeah, appointment setters are really not that bad. Like a lot of them do offer quite good like pay for appointment setters. So. And that's a good way to get some, what would you call it? Something under your belt. Get some.
Yeah. You want to look for a situation that's outbound, and there's unlimited situations for outbound. Like if we wanted Bam to get hired in a warm calling job, there's unlimited. He could do that in 24 hours. Like cold. That's very easy. Nothing is truly cold in this game.
Okay.
Everyone has a list. Everyone has a CRM of people that are on the email list and put in their number. No one is like randomly calling people, hey, I'm from this company. Like you've never heard of us, but yeah, no one's doing that.
Okay, I actually thought that's what it was. So
Well, that's what cold calling means, but pretty much no one is doing that.
Makes sense.
That's more rare in the online space.
Yeah.
Because online companies, they have customer databases, previous customers, people who have signed up and put their number. Those are the type of people you're going to be calling. Like, you're not going to. So yeah. So warm calling is a better name for it. But yeah, you can get paid for it. This is a commission only hustle, bros. So get ready to hustle. But yeah, if you don't have any sales experience, if you're new, if you're a junior, you're not going to be going for a closer role unless you want to finesse your way. Hey, you're a salesman. If you're that good, then finesse your way into a closing role. You can try things out like, hey, I'll work for you for free for 2 weeks to prove myself. Right, so that's a little trick that you can do.
I think that's not a bad option either. But I think, yeah, commission based is pretty good. Like, people ask me like, how do you want it structured? And I just say like, yeah, commission only. I don't want to do anything else. Pretty good option. I think it sounds quite good as well.
What other takeaways would you say from the experience?
Couldn't say really. Outside of that, I just think like it's possible. Just stick to it. I think if you want it, just keep at it. It's going to happen eventually. It's hard to know whether it's still as lucrative as before because I have no real experience in the space. So that's going to have to be someone else's experience that says that otherwise. But from my understanding, jobs are always there. But yeah, ultimately, like I can tell you like what is a defined like. I mean, look, given that I'm relatively new, like well, not even relatively, like pretty damn new, I didn't actually know what HTC was prior to joining. So that's actually, I forgot about that. That's okay. Now it feels like it's embedded in my brain and I hate it. Like it's just like, fuck off. I just don't want it anymore. But no, but it's like, as far as I can tell, like it's easy to understand, easy to wrap your head around. I think you just have to stay a bit committed to the process and then kind of come on the other side.
You didn't even start selling yet. Here's the reality. So a lot of you guys that are watching and a lot of guys in my course too, they're going to start the process just like you. Some of them are going to start the process of just the hiring process and be like, you know what? I hate this. Fuck this.
Yeah.
Okay. Some of them are going to be out at that phase. And then some of them are going to start the actual selling. And I'm telling you, like, you'll probably hate that even worse.
The selling?
Yeah. But anyways, this brings me back to a memory of when Parker was doing door-to-door, or I was doing door-to-door.
Yeah.
Parker said, oh, let me get in on that because it's money in the eyeballs. He's seeing the money. He's seeing, oh, you made $1,000 last week? Okay, let's come try it out. And a lot of guys came and tried out door-to-door and they shadowed. They did it for a couple weeks, out. You know, sales is not for everyone. That's what I'm saying. Like, and some of you watching this, like, what do we all have in common? We all want to fucking make money. That's the fucking universal. That's what we're all fucking here for. And the sales thing, sales freelancing, it makes sense. It's really simple to understand. Maybe you think it's for you. You're not going to know until you get in it. But I just want to say to myself and everyone watching, and maybe if your friends are doing sales or like, and to Bam too, like it's okay if you get into doing sales and you're like, actually, yeah, it's not really for me. It's fine. It's fine. It's not going to be for everybody. You know, there's plenty of things you can do with freelancing. Sales is just one thing. It will always be there. I think AI is not taking it anytime soon. More companies are going to need remote sales teams. And the thing about sales as a freelance service is it's kind of getting paid to learn one of the best skills you can have in life, which is talking, communicating, conversating. That's something that you'll use in every aspect of life, in your next business, when you do start a business. Because another thing we have in common, we all want to be rich. And in order to be rich, you need to run a company. In order to run a company, you need to be like a fucking expert communicator most of the time. And so that's why a lot of entrepreneurs say, yeah, when you're starting out, get a fucking sales job, hustle, talk to people, get the door slammed on you, deal with that shit. Something I built up early in my door-to-door days, but I didn't realize it till after, is my not give a fuckness. My not give a fuck level shot through the roof because I was put through such awkward situations. I'm just the guy in the red polo shirt walking with a binder down a fucking cul-de-sac. Everyone's like getting ready for dinner and like kids are coming in and everyone's just like staring at you, and I have to just like walk up like around their dogs, the dogs barking at me, oh fuck. Anyways, you're put in just awkward situations and you learn to just not give a fuck. But most people, they're getting awkward situations, or people say, oh yeah, wait, and they don't get back to you, or they're just like, people say, what the fuck are you doing here? Get the fuck off my lawn. And so you learn to, in sales environments, dealing with potential customers, to just like, oh, it's a no, it's a rejection. You don't even think about it. It's like, okay, next one.
How did you in door to door, like did you have pre-planned doors to go to, or just anybody and anybody?
Yeah, no, it's pre-planned doors. So you have a sheet, you have a printed out spreadsheet of all the addresses, and 90% have the person's name, and about 50% are already customers, 50% are non-customers. Is this Johnson? Is Gary Johnson here? Yeah, we're doing some stuff on the street for cable, talking about the cable TV. Oh yeah, anyways, they're doing some upgrades to the fiber internet on the street. Yeah, we're just here to blah blah blah. It's always some little thing you say to like make it seem like you're supposed to be there.
Yeah.
So with cold calling on the phone or warm calling on the phone, it's similar frameworks. Anyways, yeah, it's but my point was, it's an important life skill to get comfortable having uncomfortable conversations and just being in awkward situations and being fine with it. You know, they say if you can be comfortable with the uncomfortable, then it's a good thing. So anyways, that's the point of why a lot of entrepreneurs say that sales is a good place to start out. But doesn't necessarily mean that's the only way you can learn to be a good communicator. Doing videos is also another way to be a good communicator. Doing podcasts like we're doing right now.
Yeah, I mean that's a good wrap though. I feel like in terms of like, it's good experience.
Was a good experience. Okay, that's a good takeaway.
Yeah, I mean I don't think I'm gonna stop. I mean I was saying, like, I feel like I'm just going to be a bit more selective because it's not something I need immediately. I would have been interesting to go down that route. I'm more than open to doing sales roles. I've done sales roles in the past, but not to this kind of extent or degree. So for me, if I can, like I said, people that I know who also have like high ticket offers, I speak to them. I've spoken to them already, and potentially go down that route. But outside of that, like, I'm not closed off to the idea at all, but I feel like if they were willing to, if they're already in sales space, realistically they're trying to scale up and level up, then this is a way to do it. I wouldn't say, if you're brand new and you don't really care, don't do it. If you're just doing it for money, you're probably not going to do that well. I think you have to have some kind of like want, and hey, look, I actually want to do sales. Like I do care about sales. Like, so, and there's a lot of people who care about sales. Who sales is, I think my younger brother. He is through and through sales. He just is, always has been. You can tell by his charisma, the way he speaks, the way he is. He's been in sales for the last 5-6 years. So it's just one of these. If you meet him and you didn't know he was in sales, you can guess he's in sales. I feel like you just kind of the idea. But yeah, I would say if you're new to the course and if you're new to this space, but you are interested in sales, like a genuine interest, cool. You that's it. Cool, perfect. You're ideal. It's the most ideal kind of person. If you're not too bothered and you're like, well, I just want to make some money, then don't go down a route where I still think it's worth trying. I'm not saying don't, because you might really enjoy it. It might just be your thing. You might just be like if so maybe that's the wrong thing to say, but yeah.
Yeah, I hear it. You gotta, like anything, you you can't really do it half-ass because if you don't know what's coming, Bam said it at the beginning of the podcast, you're gonna get ghosted on, you're gonna get ignored, you're gonna get frustrated, and that's before the even selling started. So sales is something that hits you hard because like you need to get through like 20 no's before you get to a yes, or 10 no's before you get to a yes. So if you're gonna find fast if you're fine with that, if you can have the kind of mindset that can do that, you know, don't like brush off the no's like you don't even feel it, or you know, no is closer to get yes, so you get excited after each no. Even that's the other thing about sales is it's kind of like personal development too, because it's like mindset coaching, you know, versus if we're talking about graphic design or PPC, SEO, these are like technical things. But when we're talking about training sales, it's like all mind shit, right? It's in the brain. It's like training your it's training your brain, it's training mindset. So that's why it's more like a sport than a technical nerd type online digital type of shit. You guys get what I'm saying? All right, cool. This 60-day challenge out. Oh, Bams, you got to break your fast. What time?
In 10 minutes, it's all good. I'll just double checking what time was today.
Cool. Bam's on Ramadan grind.
Yeah, buddy.
What grind are you on?
What grind are you on? It's always something. Either it's remote, high-tech closing.
Yeah, now
or I'm intermittent fasting.
30 days of intermittent fasting.
Yeah, let's go. It's always something.
Nice.
Cool.
So you off to London tomorrow, man?
Yeah, I'm flying off, man. That's
all
it.
right.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm out. We'll be back towards the end of the year. Got weddings to attend. Almost Asian wedding season, man. That's what it is. Asian wedding season is always around early summer period.
you mean like your cousins and stuff?
Just anyone Asian. I'm telling you, like
Anyone Asian?
All brown people know brown people.
So brown people do it in the spring,
I'm just
and
telling
then
you,
white people get the
spring to
summer?
like spring to summer period. That is Asian wedding season. Like this is like
Okay.
cool. You know, this period of time there's going to be hella weddings. Like there's just going to be.
Yeah, hella weddings
You
going on.
just expect it. Like my older brother's getting married, so that's obviously like one of them.
That's a command performance there.
Yeah, there you go. So that I have to go back for. So otherwise, I'm not too fussed. But yeah.
Nice.
Living that life. We just living that life. Talking plus living that life. We just living that life. You're listening to the Living That Life Digital Nomad Podcast. Hit the subscribe button on iTunes if you're a boss, and check out the YouTube channel for dope travel videos. Let's get it.